Oh man, it's so hard to figure out what the heck to do with yourself when you're feeling discouraged and blah and just hopeless adjacent. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because I've been feeling the blahs. I've been feeling rough. And one of the days that I was really feeling this, I was like, I got to get the poop out of this house and do something with these feelings. I've got to vlog. I gotta write. I've got to just put words to them, figure them out, and give myself a chance to feel better. And so I did that. I went to Linz. It was raining, so I couldn't walk around recording myself. So I plopped myself down in a chair, and it's been sitting there for a little while. And I was like, what do I do with this video? Do I just put it up? And I needed to find some value to it. Like, how can it actually help you? How can it be relevant that I'm not just another person bearing my soul and shedding my tears for some reason? And I've always said it's because I want to break the stigma about it. I want to connect with other people who feel the same way I do. But I want to take that a step further. And I wanted to actually be something of more value, like helping others figure out how to deal with their emotions. Or okay, I had the idea. How about I watch this video, because I haven't watched it since, and then I try to pull out some nuggets of something I think that you can take with you in your journeys of your feelings. Oh great, and there's music in here, so I can't even vlog because copyrights. Not that that even makes any difference whatsoever. I didn't realize this until later, that this is a form of grounding yourself. And if you're not familiar with that expression, it has to do with just being aware of your surroundings, what you hear, what you see, what you smell, and it helps you to kind of bring into the now moment so that the things that are going on in your head aren't so overwhelming. This is not the setting that I wanted to be in to vlog. I wanted to be outside. I didn't want it to be raining enough to disturb me, but I didn't mind the rain because it fits my emo needs. I'm not going to leave every single long pause. I'm not going to leave any of them. That's boring. But I just want to put it out there that I really had a lot of long pauses, and I think that is worth saying. Just take your time. If you're using the medium of vlogging to process things, don't be afraid to let that blank space build up, because you're finding your words, you're spitting it out. You had all the thoughts swimming around back there, and now trying to put words to them, it's not going to be the most amazing stuff that's going to come out at first. It's going to take some time to get into that groove to actually say what it is that you want to say. The same thing goes, of course, for talking to people. You don't have to fill every silence. Our friends, the people that love us, they don't care how long it takes us to get to where it really is, where the issues really are. And we all need somebody in our life that can listen, and we all need to strive to be that person that is able to listen till people really get to the meat of the issue. I can feel that I just am gearing up for a big old cry of delicious feeling sorry for myself and feeling hopeless, in the sense of YouTube, not in the sense of life and money and the work I'm trying to do that I just can't seem to get rolling. The thing that I felt that was important to acknowledge about this is that in our feelings, I don't think we should be judging the validity of them or anything about them, really. You can just try to figure out what they are and where they are in our body and how it's feeling. I actually had a podcast conversation with a lovely person named Aubin on my podcast channel, and he talked about that, how he had turned off his feelings and needed to learn how to feel what the different things were. And that was a fascinating conversation. I love it that he went from this being a staunch atheist to being somebody who works in the woo-woo world. I'm off on a tangent now. I'll get back to it. So basically, here in this moment, I felt like I just needed to keep a lid on the discouraging thoughts, or like they were, this discouraging thoughts were this dog on a leash, and I just had to hold that leash to not let the discouraging thoughts pull me too far. I am ready for a cry that feels so good, that feels so self-pitying, so juicy, that doesn't lead me to actually doing anything. To just let those words of, what did you think was gonna happen? Did you really think that not giving up was enough? Because clearly it's not. So, in your feelings exploration, once you get to the point where you really can say it out loud, what it is that you feel like you're losing, what it is that you feel like you failed at, I feel like that's kind of a breakthrough, you know? I feel like this channel is dying, and 5 years in, and so little to show for it. So pretty much as soon as I was done recording, I just got up and walked and just held it together and went to a bench where there's a little play area for kids, but there was no kids there. And I just wrote. I figured words was a better way to try to get through my feelings than what I was doing at that point. So little to show for any of it. I'm deflating and tired and don't know what I'm waiting for. Don't know what I'm pushing for. Maybe I want some tears to accumulate to a place to float and not need anything. Not need to make a difference, feel seen. But I hold the feelings in my stomach. I'm in public and sobbing squeaks would feel awkward. Not that Swedes make eye contact if they can help it. Fight through and finding words before the eyes spill. I'm wasting time, the inner dialogue says. From what? Easing Wharton's load. We need more money, more security. And I'm selfish staying at home in pointless pursuit. And if not this dream, then what? What am I supposed to do? The nightmare of my parents' life. Always working, always tired, nothing left. Wine crushed under the feet of capitalism, poured out in bored disregard by the billionaires. I only believe my words matter when I'm naive enough to. And then there was a little girl that showed up, and she was adorable, and she was making food in the little kitchen area and bringing me crocheted vegetables and pots, and I was pretending to eat, and her dad came around and I chatted with him a little bit, and it felt like such a lovely distraction. Just, being reminded once again how special it is with kids, that they can lighten the air. Their play is just so pure and so fun. And I felt a lot calmer by the time that I was ready to go, and then I finished writing. But the feelings rearrange in perspective, the solid world being nicer, more palatable than the voices hungry for tears.
Did you ever write something that was heart-wrenching, that was a deep grief, a deep loss, a deep something that was not easy to talk about, and then you just had to edit that sucker, and you had to read through it again, and you had to see how many times you used the same word, and you had to deal with punctuation and grammar and all that stuff, and you had to just like be clinical, use clinical eyes on huge feelings. Have you ever been in a play and you had to do comedy? Comedy is hard work. You have to do timing so perfectly. You have to have your eyes. I can't even go into it all, but it's so not funny when you've been working on it. You work so hard to be so specific so that it's hilarious for others, but it's not funny anymore. You've gone through this writing thing and it doesn't make you cry anymore. It's just the words on the page. And people who are artists and people who need the artists, because like the songwriters that give words to their emotions, you know, we all know that art comes from pain. Growth comes from pain. Everything comes from pain. Everything necessary to make life deeper and more meaningful and more real. I don't really know what I'm trying to say exactly, but find your creative friends and hug them and ask them how they're doing. Let me know if anything in this video resonated with you down in the comments. That would really mean a lot. Go easy on yourself. There's not an easy answer for learning how to deal with these feelings, but there is something to be said for giving purpose to the feelings and yeah, finding yourself in the midst of it all. So, thank you for watching this. Hugs! Okay, Stelly, you gotta move.
You gotta be cute.
Come here.
Come there. Go there.
Stellan, come get it. Come and get it.
Yes. Sis, would you like to help me? Oh, there it is. Cuteness. Sis, help me. Yeah. Mommy, maybe not the best time recording. Me. Well, I said I'm coming to help. No. Oh, Steady, you said nothing.
Stellan, what are you doing?
That's a problem for real. Oh, and you really need to make sweet.
Whoa, watch out.
You really
Are
need
you okay there, baby?
You really need to sweep.
I sweep almost every day. Are you kidding me?
Look.
Well,
Oh, and then you close it. This part is fast.
guess what? If you can say you need to sweep, then you can sweep yourself. Yay! Stellan! I said no kicking it in the house. You can roll it to Stellan. Well,
Stelly, you missed the ball. Sis, over here. If Stella, let's go. Stella, over here. Over here.
Dee-dee! Gentle.
Thanks. Baby. Yeah. We could have made it a short one.
Let's
Ah!
Wow.
There you go. Maybe this is a little bit.
That's okay.
Rockabye ball. Here you go. Rocky by Staley. If I could have it in my lap. Yeah.